I'm very interested to know, what changes have you made in the structure of your business? I mean, you've been in business for almost 20 years or so. Started off as kind of a solo independent consultant. What does a structure look like? I mean, have you at times added a lot more team members, removed team members? Kind of just walk us through like the progression of how the structure of your business has changed over the last 20 years, if at all.
Well, yes and no, it has and hasn't. I'm just, because I had run organizations with 2,500 people, I decided early that I didn't want an HR person. That hiring people I didn't think was necessary, that people were hiring me. And how did I then support the job that had to be done? We have a team of outside support, from those who have built websites for my folks, who do social media for my folks, who write content for my clients. And my husband was a serial entrepreneur, and he sold his business in 2017, joined mine, and became a fan of HubSpot and became an inbound marketer. So we're HubSpot partners. So we've added that onto the toolkit. He and I went to Brussels and studied innovation games, mostly because I had met Luke Honeman, who created it, and I was fascinated with how games could free people's minds. And so we went and we spent 4 days in Brussels studying games with a bunch of Europeans who spoke 4 languages, and that was interesting. So we added that into our toolkit. And then I added Blue Ocean Strategy on when I met Renee Wabon. So I've added tools to an anthropologist approach to help companies see things through a fresh lens and then do something. And my last thought is, part of it is understanding what you need, and then part of it is helping them do it. So often, I've been with a bunch of hospitals 3 and 4 years to help them implement it. And so we moved from being the consultant to help them strategically understand it and develop the new story, to then implementing it. And we've built a good deal of neuroscience tools into this to help them see backwards. And then I became a John Mattone executive coach, because I was doing so much executive coaching for my clients. I'm not sure I market that, but I'm not bashful. John Mattone is the best of executive coach, or at least thinks he is. And I love his approach. But those are the kinds of things I added on as my business needed them. Right. And I grew them. But I've been very careful not to employ people.
Yeah, what I'm hearing from you, Andi, is that you've been very intentional in adding tools to your tool belt as opposed to adding people. So the way to grow has been finding different, certifications or programs or an ability that you can provide without having to provide a lot more or build a lot more infrastructure, add a lot more people. And for you, that model has worked really well. Obviously, I would imagine has kept you very kind of lean, profitable, nimble, flexible, a lot of freedom with that model. Is that correct?
That is correct on all of those points, by design.
Yeah.
I'm also at an interesting stage that I want the freedom to allow me to. Before the pandemic, we went away every 3 months. And if not, we thought we could work till the last day of our lives, and we weren't going to do that. You love to travel. We did as well. And so I think we've been to 35 countries, and every 90 days, it was time for us. And so we became quite intentional about living, not just working.
Talk to me about that for a moment. So as the business is running, you're doing well. Every 3 months, you're taking how much time off to travel?
It depends. Sometimes it was a week, sometimes a weekend, sometimes it was 2 weeks. We've been to Africa 3 times. Vietnam was a 2-week tour.
And would you be working at that time as well, or you just kind of completely check out for, let's say, that 1 week period? Because as entrepreneurs, right, sometimes it's hard to check out.
What I got done in Vietnam because of the 12-hour difference, 6 a.m. in the morning and 6 p.m. here. When we were in Normandy, we took care of client stuff. We never missed a beat. And Australia, I mean, I've tried to make it almost irrelevant to where I am, because people don't know where I am, and they really care.
So the business is operating regardless of where you are. You're, as the term has become more popular these days, like a digital nomad to a degree, or at times. And we've certainly taken a very similar approach in traveling with the family, and I love seeing the world and cultures of different people while running a business. So that's fantastic.